Crypto is a form of digital money. It exists entirely on the internet. Unlike the money in your bank account, no single company or government controls it. Instead, a global network of computers manages and secures it using code. People can send this money directly to each other. The transfers can happen quickly across borders without needing a middleman. Your ownership is proven by a secret piece of information called a private key. You must protect this key. If you lose your private key, you lose access to your digital money forever. This system creates a new kind of ownership for the digital age. This new technology matters for creators, builders, entrepreneurs. It opens up direct channels to your audience. The blockchain is the foundational engine that makes everything in the crypto world possible. You can think of it as a special kind of digital notebook. This notebook is public. Almost anyone can view its contents. Every transaction, like sending money from one person to another, is recorded as an entry. These entries are grouped onto a page called a block. Once a page is filled and added, it is sealed. It cannot be erased or altered. This is immutability. Immutability makes the transaction history trustworthy and permanent. The notebook isn't stored in one place. Thousands of copies are distributed across a network of computers worldwide. When a new page block is ready, all computers must check the transactions and agree. That agreement process is called consensus. With many independent verifiers, it's nearly impossible for one person to cheat or add a fraudulent transaction. This decentralization removes the need for a central authority like a bank. Let's walk through the process step by step. First, someone initiates a transaction, for example sending Bitcoin to a friend. The transaction is broadcast to the network. Computers on the network, often called miners, or validators, collect this and other transactions into a new block. These computers compete to solve a complex mathematical puzzle. The first to solve it adds the block and is rewarded with crypto. Once added, the block is cryptographically linked to the previous block, forming a secure chain. That's why it's called a blockchain. The structure provides strong security. To change an old transaction, an attacker would need to redo the puzzle for that block, and every block after it. They'd have to do this faster than the rest of the network combined, requiring astronomical computing power. That makes the blockchain history extremely hard to tamper with. Different blockchains use different consensus methods. Some, like Bitcoin, use proof of work. Proof of work is energy-intensive puzzle solving. Others, like Ethereum, use proof of stake. Proof of stake has validators lock up crypto as collateral to act honestly. The relationship between these three concepts is simple. Crypto is the money. Blockchain is the technology that makes the money work securely. Web3 is the new version of the internet built using that blockchain technology. Think of it like this. If Web3 is a new city, blockchains are the roads and infrastructure, and crypto is the currency people use to buy goods and services within that city. Understanding each part helps you see the bigger picture. It is not just about speculative trading. It is about building new economies, new forms of art, new ways for people to connect and collaborate on a global scale. For anyone who creates content, builds products, invests in the future, this is a significant development. It represents a fundamental change in how value is created online, distributed online, and owned online. Creators can find new revenue streams that are not dependent on advertising or corporate platforms. Small businesses can access global markets with lower transaction fees. Investors can fund the development of this new digital infrastructure directly. The technology is still early and complex, but its core ideas of decentralization and user ownership are powerful forces that are reshaping the digital landscape as we know it today. On November 20th, 2025. Section 4. A new toolkit for creators and businesses. For creators, this new toolkit offers a path to greater independence and a deeper connection with their audience. You can move beyond simply selling merchandise or relying on ad revenue. Instead, you can tokenize your community. This means you could issue a special social token to your fans. Holding this token could grant them access exclusive content, private chat groups, early access to your new work. You can also sell your digital creations directly as NFTs, music, writing, art. This gives the buyer verifiable proof of ownership and can be programmed with a royalty feature ensuring you get a percentage of every future resale automatically. Section 5. Practical applications, from digital art to daily commerce. In the Web3 model, you can mint your artwork as an NFT on a blockchain like Ethereum. Minting is the process of creating the unique token that represents your art. You then list it for sale on an NFT marketplace. A collector buys it using cryptocurrency. The transaction is recorded on the blockchain, and the NFT is transferred to their digital wallet, proving they are the new owner. When you create the NFT, you can program a smart contract that grants you a royalty. Say, 10% on all future secondary sales. This means if the collector later sells it to someone else for a higher price, you automatically receive 10% of that sale. With Web3, you could issue a specific NFT that acts as a membership key. Your website could then be programmed to check a user's wallet. If it detects the membership NFT, it grants them access to exclusive content, video calls, private forum. A customer could walk in and pay for a coffee using a stablecoin. The transaction is fast and has low fees. The store could then offer a small reward in the form of an NFT stamp. Collect 10 stamps, and the smart contract associated with them automatically unlocks a token for a free coffee. Section 6. The road ahead. Crypto is the money, blockchain is the system that secures it. Web3 is the new internet being built with both start small and learn step by step. Not your keys, not your crypto. Protect your seed phrase, the master password. Never share it with anyone.